Have you ever wanted to put an image inside text or apply an effect to just one layer without affecting everything else? That's exactly what clipping masks are for. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use clipping masks in a super simple way. Basically, a clipping mask lets one layer only show up where the layer below it is. Think of the bottom layer as the shape, and the layer above it fills that shape. So instead of affecting your entire image, you're controlling exactly where something appears. To get started, let's bring over an image of elements that I have open. And to do that, we'll just copy it by selecting all using Command or Control A, and then copying it using Command or Control C. Then go back to your original image and press Control or Command V to paste it. Then we can rename it. Next, we can select the text tool by clicking the T in the tool panel or clicking T on the keyboard, and then type out the word mask. In this case, we want big bold letters, so I'm going with a big fat font. This will be our shape layer. We'll go ahead and increase the size. You can do it in the toolbar at the top by sliding across the T till you get to the size that you want. I want this really big. And then click the checkbox. The goal here is to have each element align with each letter. So let's get it in the center first. We'll switch to the Move tool real quick just by pressing V on the keyboard. And then a super simple way to center this is to select all by pressing Command or Control A. And then as long as you're selected on the layer you want to center, you can go up in the toolbar to these alignment boxes and click on the center align button, and it will align it here. And then you can do the same for the vertical align. Then you can deselect by pressing Control or Command D. Now in my case, my letters happen to have lined up here. If they didn't line up, you can come over to the Properties palette and you can adjust the letter tracking by sliding this slider back and forth, and it will adjust the spacing between the letters. So you could just adjust it and watch it as it moves until you get it to where you like it. And then because the mask is our shape and the elements image is our fill layer, you need the fill layer above your shape layer. So just click and hold and drag the elements layer above your mask. Now all you have to do is create the clipping mask. You can do this a few different ways. One way is to control or right click on the elements layer and then go down to Create Clipping Mask. Another way is to click the hamburger button in the Layers palette and go down to Create Clipping Mask. The easiest way, and my favorite way, is to hold the Alt or Option key on your keyboard and then move the mouse between the two layers, and your cursor will change to a box with an arrow pointing down. It's basically telling you that it's going to fill the bottom layer with the top layer. So once you see that cursor change, you could just click and it creates your mask for you. Now the image is clipped to the text layer and it only shows inside the letters. And you can still move the image around just by clicking and dragging if you wanted to reposition it. For this example, let's say you didn't like the fire. You like the images used for the first three letters, but the fire you just don't like that much. So we can replace that too. It's very simple. I have a new fire image open. Just click on the fire and then do the same thing as before. We'll select all, Command or Control A, and then we'll copy it using Control or Command C. Then go back to our image and then Control or Command V to paste. We'll name this new layer Fire. And then we can go ahead and resize it and get it into place by pressing Control or Command T. And that will add the transform handles around it so you can resize it. Another way to get this where you want it is to lower the opacity in the Layers palette. And then you can see the letter underneath it. That way you can position it to where you like it. And when you're done, you can just hit return, or you can double click and it will set it. And then you can adjust the opacity back to 100. Now just add it as a clipping mask the same way you did before. I'll press and hold the Alt or Option key and click between the two layers, and it will add it as a clipping mask. And as before, if you're not happy with this placement, you can move it to get it how you like. And there you go. Now we have multiple layers clipped into the same text layer or shape layer, which is another reason clipping masks are really cool. With clipping mask, you're also not deleting anything, and you can still edit both layers non-destructively. So you can still move both of your fill layers, and you can edit your text layer if you want. If you had another word you wanted here, you could just type it and it would work. So the text layer is not set in stone. One of the more useful things about clipping masks is that you can use them with adjustment layers, which is extremely helpful and quick. Normally, if you added an adjustment layer, it would affect the entire image, background, and every element here. But if you add it as a clipping mask, it will only affect the layers below it that are also clipped. When I look at this image, to me, the first three elements don't quite have the pop that the new fire layer added. So to fix this, we can add a hue and saturation layer. Just go down to the adjustment layers button, click it, and then go up to hue and saturation. And depending on the layer that you have selected at the time, that will determine where that hue and saturation layer or any other adjustment layer will be placed. In this case, mask was selected, so when I added the layer, it just put it right above it. So as an example, we'll go ahead and make the adjustment by increasing the saturation. And when we do that, you can see that nothing changes. If you turn the eyeball on and off, there is no change. And that's because it's underneath the two fill layers. So to get it to affect the first three letters, we need to move it above the elements layer, but below the fire layer, because we don't want it to affect that. So just click and drag it in between those two layers. And when you do that, you can see the change it made. If you turn it on and off now, you can see how it has affected the first three letters. In this case, layer order matters. So as you can see, clipping masks can be extremely helpful, and that's it. Now that you know how it works, it's one of those tools you'll use all the time and you won't even think about it. I hope that helped, and I'll see you next time.